direction is the dollar. Weakness here has persisted now for several weeks. In fact, this is a downturn that really started.
The de-dollarization campaign, it's a real thing now. Even American banks can't ignore it.
Came into office, he quickly blew it all up. It was a shame, so sad to watch.
China reports its slowest growth rate for nearly 3 decades.
Battles a trade war with America.
What does it mean for the rest of the world?
In a significant move aimed at fortifying its national currency, the Iraqi Interior Ministry has implemented a comprehensive ban on U.S. dollar transactions throughout the country. This decisive action is a response to the ongoing challenges posed by fluctuating black market exchange rates, which have been detrimental to both the Chinese Yuan and the USD in Iraq's foreign exchange markets. By restricting the usage of the U.S. dollar, Iraq intends to exert greater control over its domestic economy while simultaneously bolstering the value of the Iraqi dinar. Moreover, this ban comes at a pivotal moment, as Iraq has expressed its keen interest in joining the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa alliance. By embracing the upcoming BRICS currency, Iraq aims to settle international trade using this alternative medium of exchange, effectively sidelining the USD. Adding to the evolving global financial landscape, Egypt has recently decided to conduct trade settlements with China, Russia, and India using the native currencies of these nations. In a bid to diversify its trade relations and reduce dependence on the US dollar, Egypt has opted to settle trade with Russia in Russian rubles, with China in Chinese Yuan, and with India in Indian rupees. This strategic shift highlights the diminishing role of the US dollar in cross-border transactions among these countries. Furthermore, France has become the inaugural European nation to break away from the US dollar's dominance in an LNG, liquefied natural gas, trade with China. In this groundbreaking development, France settled the payment by employing the Chinese yuan rather than the dollar. This departure from traditional payment methods signifies a paradigm shift in global transactions, with Western economies increasingly gravitating toward utilizing the local currencies of BRICS nations. Following suit, Pakistan recently concluded its trade arrangements for Russian oil imports by executing payments in Chinese yuan. Once again, the US dollar receded to the background in these international transactions, serving as a resounding signal of the growing strength and influence of the BRICS alliance. China and Russia, as the primary driving forces behind this transformation, are actively persuading numerous nations to conduct their trade settlements using the Chinese yuan instead of the US dollar. For instance, Russia has recently engaged in discussions with Saudi Arabia, urging the oil-rich nation to accept the upcoming BRICS currency upon its launch. Given that Saudi Arabia is the leading oil exporter to both the United States and Europe, should it manage to compel Western nations to adopt the BRICS currency for their payment settlements, it could potentially have far-reaching implications for the US dollar, euro, and pound. Looking ahead, the upcoming BRICS summit scheduled for August in South Africa promises to be a crucial event. During this gathering, the 5 member nations will jointly deliberate on the establishment of a new currency, marking a pivotal moment in global currency dynamics. The launch of this currency in international markets will serve as a litmus test for the future of the US dollar, as its supremacy faces formidable challenges from emerging alternatives. As the world witnesses these transformative developments, the geopolitical and economic landscape is undergoing a profound shift. The decisions made by Iraq, Egypt, France, Pakistan, and other nations to embrace alternative currencies signal a departure from the long-standing dominance of the US dollar. While the ultimate outcome of these changes remains uncertain, one thing is clear: the BRICS alliance is emerging as a force to be reckoned with, and its influence on global currency dynamics is gaining momentum. As the momentum behind the BRICS alliance continues to grow, the implications for global currency dynamics are becoming increasingly evident. The decisions made by Iraq, Egypt, France, Pakistan, and other nations to adopt alternative currencies reflect a broader trend of diversification and a desire to reduce reliance on the US dollar. These developments highlight a shift in economic power and the emergence of new players in the international financial arena. The ban on US dollar transactions in Iraq serves as a proactive measure to stabilize the country's economy and mitigate the negative impact of volatile black market exchange rates. By promoting the use of the Iraqi Dinar and potentially embracing the BRICS currency for international trade, Iraq aims to assert greater control over its monetary policies and reduce its vulnerability to external factors. Joining the BRICS alliance not only offers economic benefits, but also signals a desire to align with emerging powers and challenge the dominance of traditional Western economies. Egypt's decision to settle trade using the native currencies of China, Russia, and India reflects a strategic diversification strategy. By conducting business in local currencies, Egypt aims to foster stronger economic ties with these key partners while reducing exposure to currency fluctuations and the associated risks. The move also aligns with the broader objectives of the BRICS alliance, which seeks to foster economic cooperation among its member nations and promote the use of alternative currencies in international trade. France's departure from the US dollar in its long trade with China highlights the increasing assertiveness of non-Western nations in shaping global financial transactions. By opting to use the Chinese yuan for settlement, France not only strengthens its economic ties with China, but also sends a powerful message about the diminishing influence of the US dollar in international commerce. This development may prompt other European countries to reconsider their reliance on the US dollar and explore alternative payment mechanisms. What are your thoughts on the growing trend of countries like Iraq, Egypt, France, and Pakistan shifting away from the US dollar and embracing alternative currencies such as the Chinese yuan? How do you believe this shift will impact the global financial landscape and the role of traditional Western currencies? Share your insights in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions. Thank you for watching our video.